Hi all, it's Chris here again from Venture Lighting in Cape Town, South Africa. Trust everybody's well and enjoying this Thursday morning. I want to touch on a little bit of a subject here that I've been looking at, and I was reading through a book again by a chap by the name of Chris Cuttle. He's a New Zealand lighting professor, very interesting book, and came across a couple of interesting facts and interesting concepts, and the first one I came across was called the mean room surface excellence. In other words, it's the difference between the reflectance of the room and the actual perception of the brightness and that. So the book is called Lighting Design, a Perception Based Approach. So not having particularly fancy equipment and all la-di-da stuff, I did a little bit of experiment on myself to check it. As you can see over here, I used the poor man's color checker to check the color variance and that. So before I give you the results of what's happening in here, I just also want to show you what product I'm using. So I'm using our latest range of downlighters called the Luminaflex. This one here is particularly installed here is a 5-watt Luminaflex downlighter, 110 lumens per watt, color rendering about 83. In fact, I've measured all of these measurements with the spectrometer, and both of these are color rendering index, well, in the luminaire is color rendering index of 86. So 110 lumens per watt, 100 degree light distribution, 19 UGR, and it's a dimmable driver on it as well. What makes it particularly nice is we can also select the color temperature in between it. So if we go from 3000 Kelvin, 4000 Kelvin, and back to 4000 Kelvin. Very fantastic. Obviously it helps us with stock, and it helps the end user as well if they do want to change the room and the environment of the room and the colors to suit. So let's just touch on the difference here between a white box and a black box, and the different light levels that we anticipated. And this just gives us an idea of how more involved we need to get involved in the lighting design process, because 90% of the time we get a flat drawing on DWG or DFX, and we get told to do a lighting design, and we just slap in luminaires and come up with a lux level, which is a quantitative, easy to measure, but we don't talk about the perceived brightness and the reflected light in that. So just as a quick homemade rough demonstration, I just wanted to put this together to show you guys the difference. So on the horizontal in the black, we're getting 2870 lux. On the horizontal in the white, we're getting 4295. On the vertical I measured circa over here, so the excidence, the light coming out of this box, we're getting 1132 lux on the black and 3213 lux on the white. So it's 2.8 times. So the brightness perceived is roughly twice, you know. Then I dimmed the white down using dimmer, and I dimmed it about 40% to then achieve 2800 lux on the white, and on the vertical 1500 lux. So I'm still getting 32% more light on the vertical out of the white than I am out of the black. So that just goes to show that the brightness and the perception of brightness in the room is a lot better. My advice to you is investigate it yourselves. It's one of these things that you try and answer a question and you come up with a lot more questions as well. So there we go. I'll just change that one back to you, 3000 Kelvin, so you can have a look at it again. I hope it duplicates nicely on the camera. But thanks for your time. Luminaflex 5-watt, also available in the 25-watt currently, and 2 color selectable. Thanks a lot. Cheers.